your hash browns? Or maybe a sausage link off the griddle that's pink in the middle? How about a side of our tremendously terrible tater tots with an order of our world-famous pancakes for pansies?
You talking to me?
Then come on downtown to the St. Anne's neighborhood and try the ugly where seasoning on the food is
motherfucking wake up, okay? What do you know about it? Fresh off the wake up? I just would like to start by saying, motherfuck the Moraine Police Department, motherfuck the Moraine Fire Department, and motherfuck the Moraine EMT Department. Y'all are fucking trash, okay? Y'all are fucking assholes, and I hope y'all burn in hell. Dead ass, okay? I'm on that solo mish today. I'm on that chest taco meat out, fresh off the motherfucking wake up. What do you know about it? But yeah, yesterday I fucking had the craziest fucking day of my life, dog. Like, so, you know, I live alone. I've lived alone for 13 years, and it's something I pride myself on. And I love it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I live with my dog, so, I love my dog so much, and we just live alone, and it's cool, whatever. I pride myself off that, right? I lived in group homes, lived in, a rough alcoholic upbringing. Like, I just want to live dolo right now in my life, and that's what it is. And when you're in a wheelchair, you fight for your fucking independence, dog. You don't understand. Like, I always make this analogy to people. It's a stupid analogy, but like sometimes I be feeling like motherfuckers look at my life like I'm just this little kid that, you see the little kid playing with the fucking ABC blocks and shit. That's what the fuck I be thinking that it is. That my life is, dog. Like, do they just think I'm just this fucking little toddler trying to put ABC blocks together and they know better than me? And this isn't no conspiracy theory weird shit. This is just kind of what it is. So anyway, back to what happened to me yesterday. I had kind of took like a little fall, you know what I'm saying? And I've taken some falls at the crib, whatever. But yesterday I had taken a fall, and, I'm having a little bit of issues with my bed right now. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I'm trying to fucking fix it, trying to get it right with my chair or whatever. So, and it's kind of fucked up. Probably need a new one, whatever. So, they were concerned about this. So I called them, right? And I'm like, yo, what's good? I kind of took a spill, and I can't get in my chair to get back into there's too much height to get back into my chair, so I need some help. Could you send some homies out here? I didn't say homies, but I'm like big as hell, so can you please send mass people, bro? And she was like, yeah. So they get here or whatever, and there was this chick with a fatty, dog. She was so bad. Oh my God. Shout out to her. She's the only one that I would say, no disrespect to her, from the Miranda Fire Department, because she was fine as hell, dog. That's why I was so embarrassed. But anyway, so they come up in here, and the one I see the one of the firefighters who looked like a fucking thumb flashlight to the other guy, and he says, come here. Now, all this time, I'm trying to just get in my wheelchair and trying to instruct them about getting into my wheelchair. So I see them come back in, and he goes, hey, man, what do you think about going to the hospital? And I said, well, I don't think anything about going to the hospital. Like, I'm cool. Like, I don't need to go. I don't have any injuries. I just got up. Like, I just want to get in my wheelchair or whatever. So he was like, no, that's not what I mean. Like, we're concerned that you can't live on your own. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I just don't think you can take care of yourself, honestly. And we're worried. We'd like to take you to the hospital. And I was like, so then I just knew right then, like it just flashed before my eyes on some, this is going to sound crazy, but when you're handicapped, this is what it is. This shit flashed before my eyes, right? And I'm like, oh shit, I get what's going on here. They think I can't take care of myself. Wheelchair dude, he's fallen a bunch of times. He's called us. Like, the dog doesn't walk. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to take this, trying to be some heroes. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm about to lose my independence is what I thought. Like, this shit just flashed before my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So next thing, they're trying to get me in my chair, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm like really salty, but I'm getting in my chair. I look over. There's a fucking cop in my room, dog. Now, I didn't ask this motherfucking dumbass to come in, okay? But here he is. So now I know exactly, looking at the motherfucking dumbass fucking firefighter who called, right? And he called the fucking cops. So now I'm so salty. And I'm in my chair and I said, yo, y'all better get that bald motherfucker out of here right now. And he looks at me with a fucking grin. So I knew he was on some bullshit. Off rip, I knew he was on some bullshit. So he looked at me with a grin and he said, I'll go. And I said, no, you'll definitely fucking go. And as he was walking down my hallway, I said, and you better hope I never fucking find out your name. And the cop went, whoa, 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 you can't make any threats. Da, 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 da. Hey, man, fuck y'all, man. So then I'm looking at, so the cop's like, what's going on, man? What's like wrong with your bed? Why are you calling them to get you up? Like, why are you having these issues? So I'm like, dog, it's just what it is. Like, I have these, I'm trying to just need some help. I call these motherfuckers for help. What are you talking about? They're here to help. What the fuck? So, they have took it upon himself. So he said, I'm going to pink slip you to go into the hospital. And I was like, I don't even know what that means, dog. Like, I don't know what that means. And he was like, well, it means that I'm forcing you to go into the hospital. So I'm talking to the cop. I'm trying to tell him my life like I run a brand. I'm not a fucking asshole, like a jackass. I'm an asshole, but I'm not a jackass, There's a difference between being an asshole and a jackass, okay? I'm just more of a jackass than I am, or I'm more of an asshole than I am a jackass, right? Because I kind of try to do stuff and get stuff together and shit like that, right? Damn, the button is done for, right? We just taco me laying on their clothes, but fuck it. But I'm doing this way because my mic is like my pop mic is fucked up and shit. So I'm just trying to do it this way. Fuck it. But yeah. So anyway, so I'm looking at the intense moment to just stop the story. So I'm looking at the cop. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to fucking hospital. So what do you want to do? Like, what's the situation? I'm not going. So he's like, well, we're gonna force you to go, and we would physically have to force you to go. At this point, I thought, you know what? I'm kind of down for that. But like, what if some footage came out of these motherfuckers dragging my big ass? You know what I mean? Through the fucking, that just would look crazy, right? So I'm like, I call my caregiver. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? I'm like, this is what's going on. Like, what do you think? Because my caregiver is my right hand man. That's who cares for me more than anybody in my life for the past 18 years. Family, friends, it doesn't matter. The caregiver is number one to me. So, um, I tell the cop, I'm like, yo, I'm not going, whatever. So I call my aide. My aide's like, just go. We'll figure it out. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. So I'm putting up a fight going for this. The cop's like, I can talk to. I'm like, yo, fuck you. I don't fuck with you, dude. I fucking told you my story, and you're still gonna fuck me over like this. So I'm just scared to death, and all I'm thinking is, okay, I'm about to be sent back to some group home or some fucking weird shit like that because they think, oh, wheelchair kid who can't take care of himself, boy, who doesn't have any fucking rights. This is complete invasion of rights. I don't care if you thought the crib was what it was. I don't care if you fucking thought that my bed was what it was, if you thought I couldn't take care of myself. It doesn't fucking matter, dog. I was in the right state of mind to fucking tell your dumbasses I called for fucking help. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Go try to be some fucking hero. And that's what happened, man. And I got dragged out the crib, you know what I'm saying, on some fucking embarrassing shit. Went to the hospital. I get to the hospital, right? They're looking like, yo, what the fuck is this dude doing, right? Like, why is he here? I don't have my chair, right? So I'm trying to explain to these people. I'm at a hospital trying to explain to these people that I have muscular dystrophy. And they're like, and I can't walk and move in these certain ways. But I don't have a wheelchair there to even fucking prove the shit. I'm like, can you look up my chart, bitch? What the fuck? But yeah, so, just dealing with that. So I got to the hospital, and the hospital looked at me and kind of was like, yo, you're good. Like, you just maybe need to fix your bed and kind of, no more neglecting and stuff like that. But yeah, we're sorry that this even happened to you and that you got treated this way at all. So, and they transported me back to the crib, and I'm here now, and I'm straight, and it is what it is. But you want to talk about a fucking humiliating experience? Goddamn, motherfucker! Fucking get his ass, boy. It's the summer. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? But so yeah, so that was just a crazy experience, bro. Crazy experience. But what I try to say is it's like, dog, that would have never happened to like a dude who could like just walk and be physical. Like, and I hate to put it that way, but that's just what it is. Like when you're in a wheelchair, they don't realize, or you're handicapped at all. It's like, oh, you're a real boy with real fucking rights and real fucking life, like who does things and goes through bad things, goes through good things, no different than any fucking body else. But they will strip you from your rights and think they know better from you. I've had it happen to me in my life when I lived in a group home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will strip this shit from you. And, I worked so hard to be, I've talked on this podcast before about how I've worked so hard to be, an independent person, bro. It's my whole fucking life. Like, it's all I give a fuck about is just being independent. So, definitely a frustrating experience. And I hope it never happens again. And, we're just doing what we can do to move forward. And it's definitely some hard to shake. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of embarrassment and that type of, shame is some shit that's hard to fucking come, get past. So shout out to the Moraine Police Department, Moraine Fire Department, Moraine Medics. Fuck you. Okay? That's how I feel. Let's get to some good shit, though. Obviously, it came out. We don't really need to even talk about what it was. We know what it is. The Clips album. Let God sort them out. Kill them all. Let God sort them out. Okay? And that's what we're on right now. The Clips album, obviously reunion album, dropped last week. Certified classic off rip. Certified classic a weekend. Doesn't matter. These dudes came back with the craziest vengeance. I don't really know anything I can really sit here and compare it to because there's nothing really that's been anything like it ever before. These dudes, first of all, this album is so deep. I don't want to put it as my favorite Clips album because maybe I'm just living in the moment or whatever, but the discussion's got to be had. The discussion's got to be had. These guys are coming strong with the music. Pause. This rollout was next level crazy with the merch and all the collabs with actual streetwear clothing brands. The lore of this album being recorded where it was, you know what I mean? Just so much character was into this album before it even came out. And now that it's out, it completely lived up to the hype. I'm sorry, this lived up to the hype. First record, Birds Don't Cry, never going to play it. Birds Don't Sing. Never going to play it ever again unless I'm literally crying. What a great record, but too deep for me. Love the way that would start out an album. Have no issue with it at all. But just from a personal standpoint, there's no fucking way I'm going to play that record ever again. Or I deleted it, actually. I start with Chains and Whips because, hey, man, we've sad enough, okay? Push. Malice, we sad enough. You want to fuck around, make a goddamn song for us to cry to, start off the record. The fuck. But then I go to Chains and Whips, which I had been playing this song from the Louis Vuitton show from last year, where it was basically originally a Jim Jones diss. I don't understand why we all are acting like this is not like a Jim Jones diss or whatever, because it completely was or was supposed to be. But so I've been listening to the version off that, and it's pretty much the same, but now with a incredible Kendrick verse. Incredible Kendrick verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? This dude said he would show up to the damn baby. This dude said he would show up to the gender reveal and say, "I'm daddy." What are you doing? This is ridiculous. This dude is fucking insane. You would think that the beef would calm him down. He literally just is even more nuts. But that verse is absolutely worth all the dipping out and all that they did to get that and the problems that caused. That is a credible verse. POV, my favorite record on the album completely. It's just the way Push rapped. It was so unique. The way Push did this. The hook was so unique. It's just an incredible, incredible record. The way he rapped and the way he delivered his flow. POV. My ponytails tied back. It's like, how much Googling do you have to do when you listen to the clips, right? Like, I just made 6 mil behind Tyvek. Like, what does that even mean? I had to Google it. Always Googling with the goddamn Clips album. Okay? But, no, so that was a incredible the song, and Tyler's verse. Come on, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? That may be verse of the year. I think my two verses of the year right now are that the Tyler verse on this album and Skepta on let my spit. I got too much time spit. I got too much time spit. Right? That's like my second favorite Toxic verse of the year. So those are the two hardest verses of the year, and probably some at Malice. You know what I also love about this record is Malice's rap. I will say, okay, if I don't have the balls to say this is the best Clips album to me, I do have the balls to say Malice is rapping the best he has ever rapped in his career on this album. I personally think this dude is so just, he has that fabric tied so tight in his raps that it's just incredible. Incredible record. Incredible feat for these dudes. But yeah, let's go back to track. So POV, great record. The All Things Considered song, I had an issue with at first. I don't think that it's, I don't know. It just rubbed me really wrong. But I don't have any of those feelings that I have now. The song grew on me completely, but I definitely felt like this was possibly going to be the worst record on the project. But now I love it. I love it. So I don't really have much to say about that record other than the Dreams part's a little weird. But the Dream and Push have always have great chemistry. You look back to the couple mixtapes that he was on, or you even look back to that first or second album, solo album, Dark as Dawn or some fucking weird shit. But he's on there spazzing with Push. So yeah, shout out to the Dream, but not the greatest verse part in there. And then you just have a slew of just Mike Tyson, blow to the face, which is just, what do you say about that? Dude, is fun. It's a classic. I would say FICO is one of my favorite records. That's such a deep record, dude. It's like some of these, like, that's what I notice about these Clips albums. It's like a lot of the older Clips albums that we love and that we think are great, they are great, but they are, it's a lot of flexy with, I don't know if the deepness was there as much as it is here. And it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been. These guys are young at the time. These guys are, experiencing totally different things than they're experiencing at their 40s, late 40s. So it's perfect in that sense, too. Let God Sort Him Out, the title record, I love. I had an issue with it only because Nas's verse really pisses me the fuck off, okay? But right before Nas comes on, fucking so good. And then they close it out with those two gospel records, or maybe it's By the Grace of God, which is just, what a way to close out the fucking album, man. And let me not forget the Ab Liva verse. Ab Liva, good as ever. It's like these dudes, they don't age for some reason, like, or if they do age, they age gracefully in a sense that it looks okay and it looks good to them and it looks good to us. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think this album is insane, dog. Like, I saw Anthony Fantano give it a 10 out of 10, and he don't even give nothing that, especially rap. I don't, so, but he just can't find a weak record in it. And I can't either. I can't either, man. Let God sort them out. Kill them all, and let God sort them out. Album of the year, by far, no question. There's really nothing that can come out to top it, really, in my opinion, unless maybe Kendrick or somebody, J. Cole maybe. But I really don't think anybody can top what the Clips are doing right now, what the Clips' album are doing right now. And I'm very excited to see them on tour. I'm going to take the trip 4 hours up to Cleveland to see them on tour. Next month. They actually, there's also in Cleveland right now a Murakami exhibition that is up. So it's going to be a perfect little boom, boom hit right there. And I'm very excited for that. But yeah, man, just what an album. What a way to come back as a reunion and have this this is HBK and O2 completely. The Clips run right now is Shawn Michaels in 2002 with the little short hair, with the little jeans, you know what I'm saying? And he came and he just had a total different swag and a total different run to him. That's what this is. This is HBK and O2. It's Pucks Out Here podcast, baby. We'll be right back. Items or things that I want to hang up. I have so much other shit that I'm trying to hang up on this motherfucker that it's like, I don't know, I kind of just love the different looks. And then definitely when we do on sites. Episode 6 was such a great episode, man. I had such a fun ass time talking to my homie Steve from Peep Game. What a fucking legend, dude. Like, we didn't, I left that interview pissed because I'm like, we didn't cover enough shit. Like, and I know he felt the same. He's said it multiple times. But it's like, I just feel like we went an hour, but this dude's history is absolutely insane. Insane. The brand history is insane. And we were able to cover a little bit of that, but not even scratch the surface of it, really. So I appreciate everyone watching that and checking that out. It's kind of my just trying out, guests, trying to talk to people that I'm interested in, that I want to talk to, and put it online. It's really no different than that. So shout out to the homie Steve from Peep Game. Shout out everyone who watched that episode. That was a great fucking episode. Check out his brand, man. You don't have to be BMX, Dave Mira vibes to understand this shit. Nigel Sylvester type shit. This is real good shit. So shout out to Peep Game. Shout out to Steve. I really appreciate you coming on the pod and check out his brand, man, because I didn't do enough of check out his shit, check out his shit, check out his shit. Pump what you want to pump. All right, bud? All right, bud? How do I feel about the selfie? I'm out here looking at, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fresh off the wake up. Shout out to the ladies. What do y'all think about the new mic? I know it's coming in super hot. I'm trying to do my best with the decibels to not have this motherfucker come in hot, but it is what it is, I guess. Drake, wow. We haven't talked since the Iceman stream, so we won't really go in depth into the Iceman stream, although I did think it was incredible, every bit of it. Even we'll fold that up right now. Okay, what now, big dog? What now, big dog? So what then? So what then? So what then? We'll fold that up, big dog. I loved that. So, but yeah, just great idea, creativity on 1,000 with that one. Jesus Christ, that needs to be respected. But I feel like the record was like initially hated on immediately. Like people were salty. People were like, "This is a LeBron breakup record. This is, he's whining about, all his friends he lost and all this shit, and he needs to move on. I'm sick of this type of content, yada, 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 yada." Now, me, I personally like the record. I thought that, I'm biased, dude. I'm at the end of the day, he can put out the guns. He can sue people. He can do whatever the fuck he wants because at the end of the day, sonically, the shit bangs, bro. And if the shit bangs, I don't really have another response to it. I don't really have another way to look at it and be like, well, he did this, and well, he grew up in a Jewish household that is, he was kind of rich, and he was a child star. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. This shit sounds hard. Drake sounded gangster. Fucking love Drake sounding gangster, dude. Drake is a fucking gangster. How about that? I'm just kidding. But no, dude, love that record. Love what he did there. But then later on, the record starts to catch on a little bit. And I see it getting love. And I see it in everybody's Instagram story. And then he goes to Wireless and he performs it at Wireless. And it looks like he's getting nothing but love at Wireless. Everyone loves me. I'm the greatest artist of all time. Look, I can do 3 nights in a row. Yada, da, 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 da. Um, and it's just back to loving him. It's so odd to me. It is so, so odd to me. But um, we've just never seen anything like Drake, man. We never seen anything like Drake. I did see the Noctas glides were coming back though. We need Nocta. We need more Nocta shoes. We need more Nocta glides. I'm totally down with more Nocta. What a great brand that you guys have all slept on and been fucking assholes about because of Drake. I'll never forgive the streetwear community for doing that. That was fucking bullshit. But no, man, Drake. We need that green one. Oh my god, do we need that green glide? But shout out to Nocta coming back. Or the glides coming back. But yeah, I just thought this was cool. If this album is full of records and the general thesis is, hey, fuck all my old friends, they fucking turned on me, and now I'm out here trying to just live my life without it. It's like I don't have a problem with that, unfortunately. You know what I mean? And I see the problem with that. I see the non-growth with that. I see, you know, the inability to resist a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it's like, these are real feelings that he has that he may gonna make these records about, and I would rather him do that. I don't want him to fake the funk, and if this is what's on his mind, this is what's on his mind, and I have a problem with that at all. Don't have a problem with that at all. So man, shout out Drizzy. I don't give a fuck if you love me. Good record. Good record. Dude, had to cancel my in other bad news, had to cancel my fucking pop up in Chicago, man. That was such a fucking goddamn loss. I was saying to my buddy the other night, I said, dude, sometimes when I'm taking a loss, like I'll momentarily in the middle of it think, God damn, if my haters only knew the dub that they're taking right now. I think about that. Like my haters are getting a W. When I'm taking an L, the haters getting a W and they don't even know it. Incredible. But yeah, so I had to cancel it. I'm having my clothing brand, my manufacturer that does my tees. I waited too long to put in the order for the pieces for the product for the pop up, and he cannot get it produced because he's now working with just 2 printers. And these are kind of the things that happen, and it sucks because I announced it. You know what I mean? And this is my fault for waiting this long and trying to budget how it was, whatever, you know what I mean? Just the mistakes in the brand. As I said on this podcast last time, it's like, dude, there are mistakes in this brand constantly, bro. Constantly, constantly, constantly. Like, and it reminds me of that. So there are bad, vibes in this brand. But yeah, I had to cancel that. And when you've already announced something and you've had a flyer, you've put in the work for the flyer, it's so discouraging to know that, God damn, I got to take this down. I look like a fucking jackass. Like I was saying earlier, oh, I'm an asshole. I'm not a jackass. Nope. In that situation, you're a fucking asshole and you're a jackass. But shout out to Juggernaut, man. Shout out to my homie Kenny. We were gonna have a great pop up, and he was, extremely kind and extremely cool about the situation, and just told me, hey, this is a reschedule. This is a reschedule. This is not, you can never come to the shop. You know what I mean? This is not that at all. So I appreciate him and appreciate anyone that was going to show up to that. That's what it so sucks, man. A lot of people were planning on coming to that. A lot of Chicago homies were planning on coming, but it is what it is. We're not going to fucking bear it out. But one thing I am going to talk about before I get the fuck out of here that does hype me up, and you may have seen it. Shout out to Iman. Just went to his premiere of his video. Dog, the homie is not a I don't want to call him a local rapper, but he's like just an artist from Dayton, Ohio, and he decided to premiere his video with my other homie Lunar Thought, who shot it for him, who shoots a lot of my stuff. They shot this video and they went and premiered it at the Neon Theater, which is an independent, really cool, decked out theater in in downtown, and they premiered the video, and everybody was there, the family was there, his friends were there, and it was just really cool to see, bro. Like, something like that is so creative. You don't really see smaller artists doing something like that, especially around here. A lot of these fucking artists around here are goddamn bums and losers. So when you see somebody do something like this, it's extremely cool. So shout out to Iman, man. Definitely a great thing. But you may have seen we did the interview or whatever, and he has a song called Still Tipping too. Well, he has Mike Jones on the record. What was so funny is I was going to talk about this anyway, but on the throwback segment of this week, I wanted to talk about already platinum, the Slim Thug record and era, really. It's a 20-year anniversary of this. I think it came out July something. I'm probably a week behind, something like that. But this album was, first of all, this era was just so next level and incredible. Slim Thug had what he had in Houston with whatever, had a Houston sound, and I didn't know anything about him. And he was selling mixtapes, going making mill off the mixtapes. I did not know about that. I was too young about that. Fast forward to Still Tipping. That's when I get a visual of who this guy is. This big, tall basketball motherfucker that's talking about GameCube, Nintendo, 5% cent. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I remember he said, big Glock, big not saying dress to, what do you say? Something about it, your chick. I'm like, yo, not my chick, Slim Thug. Remember my boy said that, like, yo. Big boss belt buckle under my Michelin S. Oh, but no. So that was where I found him, and then fast forward, he signs to Pharrell Star Trek label, which at this time had Pharrell going crazy with his solo rap career, Neptune's going crazy with the production and their just everything, uh, and just everything, man. It just was an incredible. Uh, Time and period. Sorry, I got a text. I'm on the selfie shit, so it's like I got the text or whatever. But just a Houston rapper being assigned to Star Trek, and you had songs like "I don't take 'em out to eat," "I ain't here to trick or treat." You had songs like "I ain't heard of that." You had songs like with him and Pusha T and the clips of Wamp Wamp. You had "Like a Boss," "Like a Boss." What a record with the girl singing in the back. Who was the girl singing in the back? Who was the girl singing? Fuck that, Slim, you the boss, you the baby. Who the fuck was that? She was incredible. But yeah, no, I just feel like I just wanted to touch on this album because and this just time period because just a Houston rapper, going on Neptune's beats. I feel like was. I'm sure maybe it happened before. I don't know my hip hop history, but I do know that this was the first time I was really seeing it. And you listen to these beats, like listen to a beat like I ain't heard of that. Listen to a beat like a boss. Are you fucking kidding me? These are monster records, dude. These are monster records, man. So Slim Thug's solo career, goated, certified, Star Trek, Pharrell, all that, man. So that was just incredible. When I try to look at things that happened 20 years ago that affected me and talk about it on this album, or on this podcast. But I definitely would say that and that time this was a Houston, a real Houston overtake, and he had his own style completely at this time. That was different from Mike Jones. That was different from Paul Wall. That was different from Chameleonaire. That was different from all the Houston rappers that were doing their thing at the time. But yeah, man, shout out to him, man. But yo, I appreciate everyone fucking with me, fucking with this, fucking with the little look, man. Next week may be different. We'll go back to the other mic, who knows? But I had to keep it vulnerable on this podcast and just talk about shit, man. I don't give a fuck, dog. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, man, we out here. We bumping the Clips album. We're gonna do some on-site stuff. I'm going to some unsanctioned pro wrestling tomorrow night, so maybe bring the mic, holler some homies, see what wrestlers and favorite rappers some wrestlers got. You know what I'm saying? C4 on them, holler.